Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Peered into the mist, a stone's throw from a precipice paused. Did he jump or did he fall as he gazed into the morning mist? Did he raise both fists and say to hell with this and just let the rock roll? Let it roll, let it crash down low. There's a house down there but I lost it long ago. Down low, I see my house down there, but I lost it long ago. Well, I let the rock roll on down to the town below. Down there, but I lost it long ago. Lost it long ago. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Oh, but letting it roll away. It's got nothing to do with pay. Another thing to do with you. Feel like a mortal and flare like a god on the lightning rod. History forgets the moderates. Those who sit recalcitrant and taciturn, you know I'd rather turn and burn and scale this episode. Where's my accomplice? So take my hand. We'll do more than stand. We'll claim this land. Take my hand and we'll let the rock roll. Let it roll. Let it crash down low. There's a house down there, but I lost it long ago. letting it roll away. It's got nothing to do with fate, and everything to do it. The mist, a stone's throw from the precipice.
Andrew Bird live on KEXP playing tonight at the Paramount Theater. Welcome back to KEXP.
It's good to be back.
We're so glad you're all here with us today. The new album is excellent, came out this past March, called My Finest Work Yet. And listening through it, all of the lyrics, especially Sisyphus there, that first track on the record, the first song you just played, the lyrics feel very colored by the times that we live in today. When did you write these songs, and what was the inspiration behind them all?
I mean, most of it was written between 2016 and a lot of it between then and Charlottesville, and that was still is a heavy time, but that was particularly something you couldn't possibly be alive and not write about, you know.
Yeah. And you do a really great job of building in metaphors around it to seem a lot more timeless as well, so that you can keep listening to it beyond these present days. Do you find a lot of inspiration in, like, Greek myths, for example, Sisyphus? Do you find a lot of inspiration in art and writing, things like that?
Yeah. I mean, there's thousands of years of human history to draw from, and there's all these parables, you know, from Greek mythology to biblical, you know, that help us figure out how to navigate things that repeat themselves throughout history. So it makes sense that you'd go back, you know, to take advantage of the whole experience we have as people on Earth, you know.
Yeah, and that's reflected in the album art as well. I was very excited to see you doing a reproduction of Jacques-Louis David's Death of Marat, back from the French Revolution. And a lot of those songs have lyrics of revolution or civil war, things like that. So can you talk about how you picked that as your cover art, and how is it so painstakingly accurate to the original?
Yeah, it was a process. I've never really had such a clear idea of what I wanted to do, and it began more with the title, My Finest Work Yet. And I have this book called about the French Revolution called Necklines, which is a great title for that. And it had that painting in it that has the death of Marat. And I more looked at it and thought, oh, there's the suffering artist on his deathbed penning his final words. So I thought that made sense with the My Finest Work Yet, kind of the over-the-top romanticism of creating this work of art, you know. And I thought it was funny. But then reading more about the history of that painting, and then it does seem somewhat apropos, because there's a lot of political intrigue behind what happened to this poet.
Right. And it looks like a painting. Is it a painting or is it a photograph?
No, it's a photograph.
Yeah.
I worked with Amanda Demi, who's this amazing photographer in Los Angeles, and showed her the painting, and she did some really magical stuff with lighting to get that. It took a long time, let's just say.
Yeah. How long did it take? Was it one day? Was it hours? Or
It was just a very long day.
Long day.
And I was contorted inside this sort of coffin bathtub, trying to both look resigned to death and tortured at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
Amazing. It looks amazing. You tend to record in really interesting places. Did you have a specific way that you recorded this most recent album?
Well, I was really determined to get this sort of room sound, this sort of I modeled it after these jazz records from the late 50s, early 60s, the Rudy Van Gelder Blue Note records that you really hear the room on that. It's not every instrument isolated. There's bleed between the instruments. So we had to find the right room, and there's a lot of them in L.A. That have all sorts of history to them. But it needs to have like a the room is a whole character, as opposed to most records from the late 60s to the present, they isolate every instrument. So this record, its overall sound is created by not that. It's created by the instruments bleeding into each other. And so we worked at a place called Barefoot in LA, and it had a great room sound.
And was that a room that Stevie Wonder used? Was that the famous
Stevie Wonder, Sly Stone? Yeah, I think they worked there in the 70s when it was a place called Crystal Recording. Every studio in LA has has to have that kind of lore to it,
Yeah, they all have a pedigree, don't they?
Yeah.
So was this album recorded fully live then?
Yes.
Everybody playing together at the same
Vocals
time? Wow.
were live.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's not easy
to
do, but once you do it, it's rewarding. It feels more valuable to me when I make records that way, to tape live, as opposed to everything, one track at a time or vocal overdubs or whatever. It just, to me, I don't like to deconstruct the song in the studio, because sometimes you just lose the map and you're like, well, how did I get here?
Yeah, right. Well, you pulled off beautifully on this record. It sounds really warm and together, so it sounds great. So you're always working on a lot of different projects. A couple months ago, during Thing Festival at Port Townsend, there were whispers of you the day before the festival started. There were whispers that people were spotting you around town, but you weren't on the lineup. And then you ended up playing with John C. Reilly, which was just billed as John Reilly and Friends. So nobody really knew what was going to happen. How did that project come together?
I've known John for a while, and he's, he likes to put together these groups and play old-timey music, and it's a blast. He always gets great people. He had David Garza and Tom Brousseau, and we got David Grissman to come out because he lives down the street, and it was a blast.
Cool. That's so neat. And you've had him on your long-running series Live from the Great Room a couple times as well, right? Can you talk a little bit about what that series is about? How long have you been doing it, and what kind of people you've had on it?
Yeah, I just decided a couple of years ago to start having musicians I admire come in and to my living room, which happens to have a nice acoustic quality to it, and share songs and collaborate on the spot. And we just broadcast via the phone. It's just, you got a phone, you got a TV show,
right?
And yeah, it was just sort of an excuse to kind of reach out and collaborate with people, and it's I'm not much of an MC, but I try, ask questions. That's more your department, but
takes practice.
Yeah. But it's been, it became kind of a thing. I'm on a hiatus from it right now, but I'll get back into it at some point.
Cool. Who have been a couple of your favorite people that you've had on?
Jonathan Richman, Fiona Apple. Let's see, John C. Reilly. I don't know. It's been a little while since I did it, so that's not at the front of my mind. But
that's a really cool thing.
Yeah,
though.
Matt Berninger. Yeah,
sweet. Well, we'd love to hear a couple more songs from you, and then we'll chat a little bit more. Great. It's Andrew Bird live here on KEXP, playing tonight at the Paramount Theater.
Speaking in tongues in the night, I wasn't having it. I could tell that something wasn't right. Why don't you come to bed? Instead of stumbling into the light of medicine cabinets, shaking up pills left and right. Giving up the most, no one's gonna give you a medal. Giving up the ghost, I would you like to know? The competition rate You start spitting out anathemas. You're spitting out anathemas. It was anathema, spent half a mile. Life on the exchange, yeah, it was anathema, about half a mile. Between idle and deranged, yeah, it was anathema. La 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 la, it was anathema. La 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 la. Tongues in the night, who's giving up the moon? I could tell something wasn't right. Oh, who's giving up the moon? You were shaking up pills left and right. Oh, who's giving up the moon? Stumbling into the light. The competition rages. This nocturnal dance. Misery's contagious, and we are in it. Turn it around, turn it around, yeah. Turn it around, wanna turn it around. We're gonna turn it around, turn it around, turn it around, turn it around. You don't have to get over with all the words preserved forevermore. If you don't wanna get over, you don't have to get over you. It's true, this two have never met before. At least not in real life, where your words cut like honor. Conjuring love, looks that stop time. our memories are fall. Now we store them in the atmosphere. If you don't wanna get too close, you don't have to get too close. Now that's what we're calling peer-to-peer. Oh, if you don't wanna get over her, you don't have to get over him. Now we store them in the atmosphere. If you don't wanna get over her, she don't have to get over you. These two have never met before, at least not in real life. Your words cut like all night, conjuring blood, biblical flood, looks that stop time. You don't have to get over. You don't wanna get over. You don't have to get over.
Andrew Bird live on KEXP, Proxy War and Olympians from the new album, My Finest Work Yet, playing tonight at the Paramount Theater and touring on this record through about mid-December. And then you're going to be appearing in season 4 of Fargo, which is very exciting.
It is very exciting, yeah.
So after the tour is over, you mentioned you have to go start filming, yeah?
Yeah, pretty soon.
Yeah. How did you get involved with this latest season of Fargo?
I did not. It came out of nowhere. I was playing a show, and Noah Hawley, the show creator, saw me play and thought that my stage persona fit with this particular funeral director in 1950 Kansas City. And I got cast. I've never acted before.
Wow. Are you nervous or are you excited?
I'm doing a lot of talking about something that I've never done before, and it's unproven, so...
Yeah. So you will find out in the process.
Yes.
Do you know when filming's supposed to wrap for you? How long will you be doing that?
It's like 5 months. I'll be done in April.
Wow, cool. Do you know when it's supposed to air?
End of March. It starts airing right when it's wrapped. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
Yeah.
Cool. So have they been filming in the meantime?
They just started last week, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. That's very exciting. We'll look forward to seeing you on season 4 of Fargo, one of my favorite shows. So it's very exciting. And you got one more song for us. One of my favorites on the record. It's called Manifest. Can you talk about what the meaning behind it is?
Yeah. It's basically about... it's trying to take a look at how the afterlife of energy and fossil fuels. Mm-hmm. From a different perspective than maybe we're used to looking at it. Like, here are these things that have died millions of years ago, been underground, fossilized, yet there's still a little bit of life left in the remains. And we pull it out of the ground and put it into combustion engines, and it gets escapes from the tailpipe like ghosts of that former thing. Gets trapped in the atmosphere. I'm trying to take a poetic look at, fracking is not a poetic word.
No.
So there's no mention of fracking, but that's basically what it's about. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting to think about it from that perspective, because what if we were burning ourselves after we died for fuel, right? It's kind of weird to think about.
It is strange that there's still energy, even after something's been dead for millions of years.
And even then, the carbon remains in the atmosphere. Mm-hmm. Let's hear it.
All right.
It's Andrew Bird live on KEXP.
I'm coming to the edge of the widest canyon, my companions dear, starting to question my manifest destiny, my claim to this frontier. I'm coming to the brink of a great disaster, and just has to be near. The earth spins faster, the whistles right past you, whispers death in your ear. Don't pretend you can't hear, don't pretend you care. I can hear you down the road still digging for everything that's walking circles, living, then to be exhumed and burned to vapor. Can you save her? Now she's in the air, radical and free, neither here nor there. She's obliged to no one, obliged to no one. Oh, oh. To the edge of a rising ocean, such commotion and fear. We're keeping all our eyes on what's on the horizon, all that we hold dear. I'm coming to the brink of a great disaster, and just has to be near. The earth spins faster, the whistles right past you, whispers death in your ear. Don't pretend you can't hear, don't pretend you can't. I can hear you down the road still digging for everything that's walked this earth, living, then to be exhumed and burned to vapor. Save her, she's in the air, radical and free, no, not a goddamn care. She's obliged to no one, pretend you can't hear. Don't pretend you can't. Yeah.
Excellent. Andrew Bird live on KEXP. Again, the new record, My Finest Work Yet, playing tonight at the Paramount. Thank you all so much for spending your afternoon with us. Really appreciate it. That was great.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, have a blast at Paramount tonight, and hopefully we'll see you next time you come through.
Yep.
And thank you all so much for listening and supporting KEXP and making these sessions possible. My name is Morgan. I'll be here with you till 3 p.m. today, so stick around right here on 90.3 FM, KEXP Seattle.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?